Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one on tap between the Toronto Huskies and the Baltimore Ravens. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Toronto Huskies and the Baltimore Ravens. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
Set. 10 Lobo. Check 56. Coming to you. Coming to you. Watch the safety creep.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And we get a quick peek at the Ravens starting offense.
And the schedule makers have given them a little break right here. Back-to-back home games, and they won last week. So they're trying to make it 2 in a row before they hit the road next week. They have to take advantage of this break in the schedule.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. A look now at our starting defense. They enter play here, number 11, just outside the top 10 in the league in stopping the run.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
I'm coming.
Now back to throw. It's caught. Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one covers 29 yards. First down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He'll buy some time right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. On the draw, this is Henderson. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about
a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
Elliott on 1st down going absolutely nowhere as he'll lose about 3 on the play. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And it'll bring up 3rd down. This offense has a lot to account for, but at the top of the defense's list is OBJ.
I'm not sure how you really game plan for him because no matter what you do, he finds a way to uncover himself downfield. And the speed gets it from his mom, a former sprinter at LSU.
They'll drop the throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. He'll drop to throw.
I know we love our job.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Brian Burns. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Looking to throw. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Henderson. The numbers a week ago for Henderson. 17 carries, 67 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football. Give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second down, it's Henderson. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain. And it's 3rd and 2 now. He'll look to throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
They're going to look to throw. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. This one caught by Ridley. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 4th touchdown on the year as the Ravens push further out in front.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. I guess that changed the mentality this go-around.
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
When the offense reads blitz.
And it's caught. Touchdown. N'Keal Harry, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Precision, precision, precision. That's the definition of it right there. Great pass, great catch for the score.
Yeah, people talk about arm strength all the time. Well, if you're not precise and you're not accurate, the arm strength really doesn't matter. We saw a little bit of everything with that throw.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
On second down now. It's Henderson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll set up a throw. They'll roll him out right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at the 18. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. Right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Check. Top, ready, go.
They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. He'll try it. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And now off to the races down the right side. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. 2nd and 2. It's caught by OBJ. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll set up to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Back to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Let's go, D.
Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. 2nd and 10. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 15 yards on the play, first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people.
Let's go, baby.
On 2nd down.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now.
Again on the play. First down.
Now back to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. DK Metcalf with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Oh, he missed it. No good. So this remains a 4-point game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
That's it, Zach.
We have it. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 40.
They run once more with Henderson. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They go play action here on first down. Well, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw, and that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing...
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say, they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
2nd and 11. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. That's taken in by Henderson. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A give for Henderson running to the right. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there and a 1st down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. He'll drop to throw. That's complete to the tight end Sample. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
And there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, it's Henderson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Back now in Baltimore as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
A first down carry by Elliott. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 17-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. DK Metcalf with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone, not much more impressive than that. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because there's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jeffrey Simmons in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the gun again to Henderson. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around. He completes it to Jones. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop there.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
I'm going to hit you all day.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jeffrey Simmons, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's a gain of 14. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. In for the score. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
80 weapon. 80 weapon.
Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Complete to Jones. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. They'll find Everett there, complete. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it is incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Now, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it.
Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A throw over the middle, taken in. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. And he's got his man on the out route. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. Back to throw here.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a two-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a two-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Point after, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Back to throw.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
That catch, by the way, number 542. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Come on, set. 15 Lonnie, 15 Lonnie. Nothing to work. You got nothing. Ready.
On first down, Elliott. Past the 20. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Henderson. And shutting him off. Now open field. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They're going to look to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, possession switches hands.
Go! You go tight. Go!
That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. They said their goal was to win 7 games. They've done that pretty early in the year.
I think it's time for them to elevate that number and really make a big push to finish this season strong.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Baltimore, good night, everybody.